I have never featured the next lady before, even though I have thought about it and was almost on the verge of doing so, but I took a step back. That's why she isn't with us in the next video. Just joking, she is next, and she is in a hurry not to be featured or talked about, but I'm actually talking about her situation where she was investigating as she headed into a forested area in Ohio, in the woods, a beautiful place that speaks nature, love, and peace, until it began speaking a different language I couldn't understand at first, but then I knew it sounded familiar. It was saying, "Run, boys, run, this place is actually haunted, regardless of how peaceful it may appear." D, as she calls herself, let's call her Diana. She is an explorer, not a haunted place explorer in particular, but rather a general explorer. You know, like Dora the Explorer, but Diana doesn't have a talking monkey, nor is she deaf. She is a fully mature woman. As I was saying, as she was exploring the forest, not trying to head too deep inside, she felt intimidated at moments, feeling watched or followed, but nothing clear to be seen yet. She heard some noises, but then she saw what appeared to be glowing eyes glaring at her. She couldn't tell what creature that could be. If it's even a creature to begin with, it could be a jinn figure, because by the end of the video, she was screaming for help and running after she found a dark-looking figure staring at her like a demon. It appeared like a person, but it didn't behave like one.
What is it? Dude. Hello. The ones when they're hanging in the tree, you can use this one too, but when they're hanging in the tree, you want to go to the bottom. Ah! Stop! What was that? Anyway, cut it from the bottom. Position it into a bucket. And then cut the top. And you'll get some water. There's all kinds of walk-in spots from in there to here. What is it? Ah! What did I just heard a rock get thrown. Hi. I don't have my spotlight. Hello? Stop. Don't do that, please. Dude, don't do that. So I could have ticked them off. It's not what my intentions or anything, but I gotta walk through there. Hi. I'm not ready because I have been followed this whole time and I'm trying to follow my path back. And that's right in there somewhere. I don't know. I don't want to do it. I'm sitting here trying to talk myself to go, but what is on my face? Yeah. Hi. Hi. Yep. Yep. I gotta get down. I can't go home. No! Stop! 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 Please! 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 I'm leaving! I'm leaving! I'm leaving! I think I'm gonna stick up the field and walk up the road, even though it's gonna be harder. It's cooler out here. I get more of a break. More of a breeze. What is that? It's a snow! Is it? Dude, no! It looks like a person, man. But no person. It looks like a person. Stop! That ain't a person. That ain't a person. Ah! It just keeps getting up and down, up and down. Stop! Fuck, I can't run. Somebody drive by. Somebody drive by.
I would have run faster than she did, not because I'm physically faster, but because the sheer terror would have given me an extra boost. Seriously, what in the world is that thing? The last thing I would want after my passing is someone conducting some witchcraft on top of this pile of dirt. So you're admitting to being so worthless that you're basically a pile of dirt. Dude, I said it clearly, I was talking about my grave. But you also got a point there. In the end, what will I become after my life ends? This is taking a sad turn, more sad than expected. That's why I'm about to turn the tables and tell you what happened to Jermaine. Juju was live streaming with his fans while conducting an investigation in a cemetery. Things were just fine. Everything was working as intended. There was nothing to be worried about until something wrong happened, something out of the blue. No one was expecting such incident to occur. Don't tell us Jermaine found himself face to face with a demonic force. Or worse, maybe he just caught a demonic ritual right in front of his eyes and the millions watching the stream. Well, you went a bit too far there, as this live stream had nowhere near millions of views. Plus, Jermaine was just fine till then, but I was talking about myself. I wasn't expecting the delivery man to be hit by a truck on his way to me, but it turned out he wasn't my delivery man. Back to Jermaine, as he was investigating this burial ground. He felt like he heard some unexplained noises, but it wasn't much, all until he found an Ouija board right on top of one of these graves. Which brings me back to my first point, the craft. Why would anyone do that? Oh yeah, I forgot this is the real world, not some fancy Barbie universe. Jermaine notices some drops of colored red liquid, which confused him and made him question its source and its type and implanted more fear in his heart. But the worst is yet to come. He decided to take the board home, and on his way out, he came across two different figures. One was moody dark and went unnoticed by Jermaine, while the other didn't shy away from appearing right in front of him. The second figure was just a night guard. But taking the Ouija board was never a good idea to begin with. That's why, in a follow-up to that investigation, Jermaine was confronted by the one figure he didn't notice the first time as he was staring at his window.
Hola amigos, hola amigas, por favor necesito que en que no me agarre un sereno acá. Miren estas. No, miren esto. Parece que es la tumba de un niño. Cementerios de zona norte de Buenos Aires, una de las zonas más, bueno, en una zona, en un barrio peligroso acá. Acá hay una tumba. Mira que... ¡No, amigo, no! Miren esto. ¡No! ¡No! What the f... ¿Qué? ¡No! ¡No! ¡No, no, 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 no! La ouija. Escucho paso. No, amigos y amigas, miren esto. No, no, no. Quiero creer. No quiero creer que estos sean gotas de sangre. Llévala. No me tienten. No me tienten, por favor. Ay, esta tumba. ¿Qué es esto? No, amigo, no, una cuija. Oh. ¿Se escucha? Dígame si se ve bien. ¿Se escucha? ¿Se ve bien? Dígame por favor si volvió la imagen. Así que me voy. Espere.
¿Por dónde entraste? ¿Quién te dijo que
Tranquilo, amigo. Tranquilo.
la concha de tu madre?
Tranquilo, amigo. Miren, amigo. Son las, a ver si se ve, 3:35 de la madrugada. Otra vez me despierto por ruidos fuertes en el techo y cuando me asomo por la ventana, miren. ¿Qué es eso? Explíquenme. ¿Qué es eso? Vamos a ver de afuera. Vamos a ver si se ve de acá. No se ve. Miren. Miren. ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué onda? Hola. ¿A quién busca?
Look, man, I'm not your father, but for the next few seconds, I'm taking on that role. Picture me standing right in front of you, even though you can't see me, yelling at the top of my lungs, return that thing to where you found it, or burn it down. When you are in the middle of an investigation, the last thing you want to see is a fire breaking out in the distance. It's never a good sign to encounter. But what if these people who started the fire were feeling cold? Or what if they were camping? Well, in that case, you're the annoying intruder. But if the campfire is set in a graveyard or extremely near one, then it's game on. As a viewer, you may not have understood the situation yet, but allow me to clarify. Franco was suggested to revisit a location he previously investigated. A Patreon member recommended that he do that. He decided to take that man's advice and drive with it because what doesn't scare you the first time makes you stronger, or maybe dumber if you put yourself in a risky spot. Franco began his investigation. He found some caskets, tombs, and crypts, which is obviously what he should have come across in such a place, but these tombs and caskets seem to have been disrupted somehow. Anyways, that wasn't Franco's intentions. He wanted to seek the ghost of Elena. You may think that he is trying to reconnect with his ex who tragically passed away, but that is not in the script. In fact, Elena is the name of a ghostly spirit he encountered in his first attempt at investigating the very same place where she shouted some words. So he was trying to use her name more intensely this time around. Maybe he could get a manifestation encounter of some sort. And he did receive some responses. As you will hear in the video, multiple voices were heard, and even some knocks. But what set things on fire was his next encounter. When he was navigating the graveyard, he noticed a giant glow from a distance. It turned out it was fire that was set mysteriously. It seemed like some ritual was taking place there based on the items found around the fire.
Oh god, this place is so creepy just walking in here. Yep. That's what I was ready to see. I forgot about that. There's all the caskets on the inside. Oh, this one's been open. I don't remember this door being open the last time I was here. I wonder if they buried somebody new. Oh, God. All right, time to go. I don't know what that was, but something just touched my shoulder. Something just touched my shoulder. I don't know what just happened. You guys you didn't see anything. But I swear to God, something just touched my shoulder. Is Alina? I should have looked at this in the other video. Just make sure it's not my knife. What was that? If you're new here, the last time I was here, there was a creepy whisper while I was in the back with a thermal imaging or night vision or something, and somebody whispered, Alina. Oh, there's a big black spider up there. Right around here somewhere. Hola. Listen. I'm getting something. Who's here? ¿Quién estás aquí? Háblame. You don't got to be afraid to talk to me. I don't even think you're afraid. I think you are responding. Alina, if you're still in this room, please come with me. I want to talk. I'm going to go out towards the front and get a good look. Because I want to make sure that, I don't know where that's coming from. I think that may be far away. That could be close by. But it looks really bright. So there 100% seems to be a fire. Oh, look. Right over there in the back. I'm going to zoom in. You see it? What the is that about? Alright, I'm going to go back in with my night vision to see if I can record what's going on. That does not look safe. That's a fire. I'm going to see if I can switch it to color here. There's a little alley towards the left here that I could sneak in there. And hopefully not get seen. So this is the fire that I'm seeing from where I'm at, and it looks like it's getting more dense, like it's getting more stronger as it goes on. I don't know what's causing that fire, but it looks pretty bad, and there's nobody out there. See? I could look. There's no cars, no nothing. Wow, this completely threw me off. I thought the whole graveyard was catching up on fire. Whew. And if you look around, it looks like everything is on fire or has been burnt. Oh, see, these are shoes. And a lot of the times they take these off the bodies. These are little kid shoes. And they'll try to take it. If they can't use it, then they just throw it away, I guess. The cops just showed up and they're kicking me out of the cemetery. There was a fire in the back, and then he said he found it extremely suspicious that I was in here recording and that he doesn't want me recording. I cut the camera a little bit because I was showing my passport, my identity, all my information. I don't really want that online. So now I'm on my way to picking up my stuff and I'm leaving. He says, you have to leave. Con todo mi cosa. Tú puedes enseñar los videos, la canal. No, solamente eso aquí. Pasa conmigo que es mucho caro. Mi reloj, mis cámaras. Yo tengo otra mochila adentro.
Te digo la verdad,
Ajá.
no tengo ganas de andar renegando, porque
Ajá.
yo tendría que llevarlo a comisaría,
Ya, yo no sabía.
averiguar sus antecedentes, el vehículo,
Ah, es
todo.
un rental. Ya, ya.
¿Me entendés?
Sí, sí, te entiendo.
Honestly, that cop was really respectful and understanding. He didn't put any pressure on our man right here. Someone else would have blamed it on him and called it the night, but this cop right here, he is the real deal. I don't know why I'm complimenting him so much. Allow me to tell the story of Gary the Nerd. Gary was once on his bed thinking about the miserable life path he had taken when he realized it was time to make a live stream with his wide fan base, if you can even call it that, not even on its best day. Regardless, he went on, turned on the camera, and saw the scariest scene of his entire life. What is it? Was there a ghost of some sort or a demon like a djinn standing behind him, lurking in the dark corridors? Or did he notice some stranger hiding in the closet behind him, waiting for the right moment to show himself and commit a crime? Did you eat your breakfast today? Because it doesn't seem like you did. Where do you think we are living? In some Hollywood horror movie. He saw himself in the camera. That's what I call a moment of realization. Anyway, the stream went on and everything seemed to be going picture perfect until his homie saw that it was time. Is it time to do the unforgiven and take his friend's life away on stream? Go eat something, you're losing your mind. His homie realized it was time to do what they agreed on. But we didn't know who his homie was until the door behind Gary moved all of a sudden. In a moment of scary paranormal activity, Gary is living with the presence of a ghost.
Oh, see? Yep, you've been no pass. You've been nosed. Dude, my foot is... It's always something with me. My foot is kicked right now. Granted, I did drop my phone on it, and the phone... Dude, my foot is... It's always something with me. My foot is kicked right now. Granted, I did drop my phone on it, and the phone... Did anybody else see that? Dude, did anybody else see that? What the f*** is that? Nobody saw that for real? Dude, Assassin, did you see that? What the f***? Dude, I'm legitly scared as right now. Alright. Yeah, let me go see this thing. Give me a second.
Okay, leave the door closed.
Look, up until the very end, I was fully on team this is staged 100%. Give me back my money, taxes are too high. But in that final moment, when the door moved again while he was standing right next to it, I immediately transferred to team belief. The next video is really interesting and actually somewhat bone-chilling because it's a scary list. It has to be categorized somewhere there. When you have a dog or group of dogs and then you get introduced to a new dog waiting for you to open the door for him in your backyard, you might consider taking him in and adding him to the group of pets. That's a moment of humanity and kindness, but that's in reality if that dog happened to be an actual animal. As you can see, or not yet, but as you will see in the subsequent video, we have a man named Alex. He is a dog type guy, he owns 5 of them, and he is somewhat wealthy based on his house and car. One night, he heard noises coming from the roof of his house. Curious to know who could have been able to get up there and make some noise. I mean, it's not like Santa is a real thing and he was trying to get to the chimney or something. Alex found no trace of any creature who could have been up there. Strange and kinda creepy, but that was just the beginning for him of a series of scary events. You see, I mentioned the dog part for a reason, as in one of the upcoming videos, he noticed that dog identical to one of his, like a carbon copy, was standing right at his backyard door, staring him down and barely making any movements. Alex mentioned that his dog was in the garage and he kept her there because she was in heat or something, which brought up the question, where did that dog come from and how was it that it was a replica of one of his dogs? Not only that, but why would she appear out of nowhere at night after the creepy events began? Questions Alex couldn't find answers for and was only provided with more paranormal activities later on. As for his shed, he noticed that something opened its door and locked it back again, and he rushed to see what or who could have done that, but that shed was empty. Perhaps the manifestation of the shadow figure might have something to do with all of this.
Apuntan a ese lugar y al corral. Dicen que mi casa está protegida, que Lady está bien, pero que hay algo en esa zona. Y sinceramente no sé qué decirte. Se siente esto un poco mejor desde que vinieron. Vino también un press a limpiar. Pero el puto sonido de nuevo vino. ¡Qué mierda! Lady. Hasta Lady tiene miedo. Y esa vibración o ese sonido siempre viene de un mismo lugar, que es por acá atrás, que es lo que yo les he mostrado anteriormente, pero no veo muy bien, es de noche y... ¿Hay algo? ¿Hay algo ahí o qué? No veo. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Corre, Lady, corre, 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 mamá. Vamos a la casa. Adentro, adentro. 2 de la mañana y hay ruidos horribles afuera de mi propiedad de nuevo. Y una de mis perras está afuera llorando que quiere entrar. Déjame que te muestre algo. Esa es mi perra, una de mis perras. Ha estado llorando afuera que quiere entrar. Pero algo está extraño. Y te voy a decir por qué. Déjame que te muestre esto. Esto es una locura. Lady. Mi perro ha estado adentro. Mi perro ha estado dentro del garage por las últimas 3 horas. Eso que está afuera no es mi perro. Lo que está afuera es algo que tomó la forma de mi perra y que quiere que lo deje entrar. Algo que obviamente no puede entrar en mi casa sin que yo les abra la puerta. Esa no es mi perra. Vete de aquí. Vete de aquí, tú no perteneces a este mundo. El video que te voy a mostrar a continuación fue filmado por una cámara de seguridad solar que instalé nueva, que no se conecta a la electricidad, que tiene su banco de almacenamiento propio y que no pensé que iba a grabar lo que te voy a mostrar a continuación. Yo esto lo he visto con mis propios ojos y hoy lo voy a compartir. El video que puse ayer fue borrado de TikTok y me advirtieron que si lo subía una vez más, mi cuenta iba a ser suspendida. Este es un video nuevo, totalmente diferente. No pensé que la cámara iba a poder captar lo que yo he visto en persona y muchos pensarán que esto no es cierto. Muchos pensarán que es una entidad paranormal. Otros que a lo mejor es un alien. Yo sé lo que vi, yo sé lo que estoy pasando. Mucha gente no lo va a entender, pero aquí está el video. Ustedes saquen sus propias conclusiones. Se cuidan.
He is calling it a skinwalker, and I may not be able to come up with an argument strong enough to counter his theory. I mean, that dog incident alone needs a whole discussion. I tried my best with the next video. I tried so hard to come up with a good kickoff for it, but unfortunately, I came short. I don't know what it is, but I just can't think of anything when it comes to this specific video. Then let's talk about the activity straight up, without any extras. First of all, don't you want to know some backstory about the place investigated? Of course, why not? I like that. I like the young, ambitious spirit inside of you. It comes to show how much care you truly have for this content, and that's why I will allow you to go and check it out yourself, and let's see if this spirit of yours will be enough to be able to pick up what our guy has said. Now he gave us some brief feedback, but the translation didn't help much. From what I was able to come up with, it seems as if this house wasn't completed, which means the construction of the building hasn't been completed due to some circumstances that led to the unfinished work of the place. The family tried to live here, and by here, I mean the unfinished house, not here in my house, but they couldn't due to the haunting poltergeist, which took them by storm, so they no longer can stay. And this usually can be caused by the fact that such areas have cemeteries deep down under the ground. Now here comes the team at 7 News, who will discover whether these claims are to be believed or not. But these claims were true. Knocking on doors, doors shaking, balls flying, toy balls, not humanoid, shadow figures, the curtain swinging, and much more.
बेरल कौन है? कैमरा ये देख पीछे वाला दरवाजा है, पीछे 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 कौन? अल्लाह अकबर, ये दिखाएं अस्तगफुरुल्लाह, कौन? अल्लाह अकबर, ये दिखाएं अस्तगफुरुल्लाह, अस्तगफुरुल्लाह, ला हौला वला कुव्वता इल्ला बिल्लाह, कुछ आवाज़ें आ रही हैं, कुछ आवाज़ें आ रही हैं।
इधर आ अली, इधर। ये दरवाज़ा नॉक हुआ था। अस्तगफिरुल्लाह ला हौला वला कुव्वता या सलामो या हफीज़ अस्तगफिरुल्लाह। अली इधर भी कुछ है, कोई है इधर? हफीज़ अस्तगफिरुल्लाह। तुम्हें आवाज़ नहीं आई?
जी सर।
हैं?
जी।
अस्तगफार, इधर आए। अस्तगफिरुल्लाह। ओए अस्तगफार, अली, ओए अस्तगफार, ओए कोई है अंदर यार। अली।
जी सर।
मैं कुंडी पहले खोल रहा था नाज़रीन, कुछ आवाज़ें आ रही हैं अंदर से। कौन? ओ तेरी खैर, कौन कौन है? अल्लाह अकबर, ये रिकॉर्ड कर भाई। दोबारा कर सकते हो? अल्लाह अकबर, अस्तगफिरुल्लाह, कोई है अंदर? अस्तगफिरुल्लाह, बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। हमें अंदर आने की इजाज़त दीजिए, हमें अंदर आने की इजाज़त दीजिए। ये कैसी आवाज़ें हैं? अली इधर कैमरा लाओ जल्दी, कैमरा लाओ जल्दी, हो जल्दी आओ जल्दी। अस्तगफार, इधर है लाइट। अली इधर आना। अस्तगफिरुल्लाह, एक सेकंड, कोई है, कोई है, कोई है, कोई है। ये देख रहे हो? अस्तगफार, ये देख कुछ चीज़ गिरी है। कौन है? उस वो क्या है सामने? जैसे बिल्ली है, ये चीज़ कोई गिरी है। अल्लाह अकबर, अस्तगफार, ये क्या, ये क्या, ये क्या, ये क्या, ये क्या? कौन है? चाहते क्या हो? क्यों हो इधर? इन फैमिली को क्यों नहीं रहने दे रहे? क्या हम तुम्हारी कोई मदद कर सकते हैं? कोई चीज़ चाहिए तुम्हें? कोई निशानी दे सकते हो? ओ मेरे अल्लाह, इस तरह हमें डराओ मत। ये ऊपर वो, अल्लाह अकबर, अस्तगफिरुल्लाह ला हौला वला कुव्वता। अली थोड़ा सा जल्दी, मूव मूव मूव, आओ आ जाओ। अस्तगफार, ला हौला वला कुव्वता। कौन है यार? एक एक चीज़ इधर है। कैन यू बिलीव इट के अस्तगफार, अस्तगफार, अल्लाह अकबर। उधर रखे कैमरा, कोई जैसे मुझे ला हौला वला कुव्वता। दोबारा अपने होने का निशानी दे सकते हो? ये देख रहे हैं? वो तेरी खैर, अल्लाह अकबर। अल्लाह, ये क्या गिरा है? ये इधर आइए अली, ये देख। यार ये आप देख सकते हैं। कौन है यहाँ पे? बगैर नुकसान पहुँचाए अपने होने का एहसास दिलाएं। कौन है? सामने आ सकते हो जिस तरह नीचे आए हो। हम यहाँ से नहीं जा रहे ऐसे। दोबारा कुछ करो। अली अटेंटिव रहना बिल्कुल। ये माय गॉड, हमें इन चीज़ों से ना डराओ। ये पाँव के निशान कैसे हैं? ये देखो, ये अजीब से गरीब से, जैसे नींद आया हमारे पास। एक्टिव है चीज़, उधर करें। ये लो, हम दोबारा खेलते हैं इस गेंद से। खेलना चाहते हो ना? जन्नात के बच्चे हो, छलेडे हो, ये लो, फेंको यहां पे गेंद मेरे पास। बस इतना सा, कोई जोर से फेंकते ना। अस्तगफुर, वे द हेल, वो गेंद इतनी स्पीड से आई है। पीछे कर कैमरा, पीछे कर अली, इधर। अस्तगफुरुल्लाह, ला हौल वला कुव्वता इल्ला बिल्लाह। बिल्कुल मेरे पास से गई जैसे वो चीज़। दिए देखो, कोई है यहाँ पे? अस्तगफुर, हम तुमसे, ओह माय गॉड, अल्लाह अकबर। ये मैंने तुम्हें कहा था ना, मूवमेंट हुई है। ये ओह माय गॉड, हमें आइए जरा बाहर। बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम, अल्लाह अकबर। वो सामने सामने, अल्लाह अकबर। वो सामने सामने सामने। अस्तगफुर, माय गॉड। कौन है इधर? अली जल्दी आ, जल्दी जल्दी जल्दी, कोई था इधर। अस्तगफुर, अल्लाह माफ करे। अस्तगफुर, ओ मेरे अल्लाह, अली खुदा का नाम है यार। सबसे पहले हम ये किचन वाली साइड पे चलते हैं। इधर आओ। अल्लाह अकबर, ओ जैसे कोई एंटर हुआ है, जैसे कोई एंटर हुआ है।
You know what? I tried squinting my eyes every way possible, hoping to spot the figure they saw, but no luck. Maybe there's something moving in the dark for a brief moment, but you'd need superhuman vision to catch it. Leighton and the haunted doll. Now, this man was not involved in any sort of way with haunted dolls. His house was haunted as claimed, but there was no doll involvement. Now, it seems things have taken a different approach, and that his house haunting has started a phase 2 kind of activity, as he was once recording himself in the kitchen, standing and staring at one of these cabinets. For absolutely no reason, a figure dressed in black came out of the cabinet and threw a doll right under his feet. The man straight up went to grab his phone and show us how there are no figures hiding inside. Well, I don't know how to put this one together, but when you watch it, you will be left speechless, maybe out of suspicions. The other day, while he was sitting on the ground watching some TV, that very same doll began waving at him from behind the screen, not like it was in the show itself, but it was behind the device, before it fell back down, sending Leighton dashing back on his butt as he was baffled and scared. At one point, the man lost his cool completely when the doll opened the door on him while he was trying to calm himself alone. Not only does this thing appear out of thin air, but it's also tedious.
Guys, I'm sure I've just seen something in there, and that doll, was that mine? What the let me take the phone off the tripod. What the guys? Something's stalking me. I'm cat sitting. Something's stalking me. Whoa! Black bag. What the? That was in my flat, guys. It's followed me. Again, guys. What the? I can't catch it.
I was recording on that, guys. What the f*** is it gone? Why can't I catch it? Half 3 in the morning, you're waking me up. What are you playing at? I've had enough. You're stressing me out. Hell, I will use it. And what are you going to do then? And I've got people telling me I'm faking these videos. Are you having a guys? Are you taking the piss? Oh my god. The phone's on the tripod. Let me take it off. People are going to say, oh, someone's around the corner, I helped you. Right, but let's find out. Spider-Man's not on the ceiling. Nobody's here. All this go through, guys, and I've got people telling me I'm faking the videos. You know how stressful it is. That's locked. Chains on. So let's see if someone's in here. The only I can put the lights on. Yeah, just like I thought. Nobody in there. You probably think someone's in here. It's an old rug. No one's there. Shaking again now. Let me take the phone off the tripod. Oh, I'm shaking. What the is that? Oh. I need to watch the footage back, guys. I've been hearing noises coming from the cupboards, some drawers. There's nothing inside. I've been hearing noises coming from the drawers all evening. What the is that? I need to watch the footage back, guys. Seeing something on here.
Look, I understand if you call this one funky or not worth wasting time watching. I mean, let's be real, it's kind of ridiculous, but in the end, some of these creepy videos are more entertaining than anything, and who knows what part of these activities is genuine and what is not. When you see these horror movies, where some strange things occur out of places least expected to encounter strange things, you think to yourself, will I be able to sleep without a blanket covering me tonight after what I have watched? Can I make it to the bathroom? That's at least how I feel, and I should never be alone in this scenario. But when it comes to the real world, what we watch seems a bit too far from reality. I mean, who would in the real world encounter red liquid strangely dripping out of some wall, or some door randomly in an abandoned place? Like, what are the odds for such a thing to occur? Well, I have some unfortunate news for you. The next video is a straight-up horror movie, but in real life, our very beloved paranormal investigator made his way into this abandoned building, which could very possibly be a hotel, or maybe a mansion. Nobody knows for sure, but it doesn't matter what type of building it is. What we care about is what led this investigator to scurry away as fast as he possibly could. The investigation began with him searching the place, not finding anything strange, so he decided to lay down on a bed and relax. Little did he know that would be the only time he would feel comfortable, as some strange sound knocked him off his comfort zone and forced him to leave that bed to look for the source of the sound. But as he proceeded in his investigation, he came across a TV. The only problem is that TV was somehow turned on. Like, what more could you ask for? How about the curtains closing on their own, as if the show just ended? Fast forward into the events. Let's get to the more spicy stuff, where he found footprints on the stairway leading to the second floor. They were colored red too. Up there is when the fantasy met reality, when the beauty met the beast. The red liquid in a terrifying scene began dripping on the doors. Obviously, the man had to evade after such an incident, but when he came back and found the doors clean, he double-checked on one of these rooms, only to be locked in.
去你妈逼玩儿我你妈了逼！操，睡觉。滚啊！滚啊！操你妈！哎，靠边啊！操你妈的，还赌！我操你妈！我操你妈！我操你妈！我谁给你的？操你妈的！操你妈！你出来来！操你妈！哎！
I was just啊！我操你妈！出来！操你妈的！摇头的出来！啊！哎呦！我哎呀！我操！哎呦我的妈了！哎，行了，兄弟们，走走，我知道他给下边的，走走走。我操你妈！你干哈呀？我操你妈！我操你！哎呦我操你妈！开门！我操！
Forget even mentioning the part where he found the bathtub filled with liquid, with a hand peeking out from underneath. He should have been long gone before even reaching that point. The footprints alone were more than enough of a warning. Mark has invited his friend Andrew over to his house in order to discuss a serious situation. It sounds like it's about to get spicy. Are you referencing the channel by any means here? Because it doesn't sound cool at all. Now, what kind of situation was so serious that he had to invite him over to discuss it? Was it due to his true emotions towards their relationship and the fact that he had deeper intentions than those anticipated by Andrew? Why does it have to be this way? Isn't there any other serious topic to talk about nowadays other than that one? So, he wanted him to come over so he could end his skepticism. About what? Don't tell me Andrew was assuming Mark would not be straight. See, you're going back to the same point. No, Andrew is a skeptic about ghosts and their existence, and Mark is someone who deals with them on a regular basis due to his property being haunted, as he claims, and despite all the videos he has taped and shown to Andrew, he is still as stubborn as a bull. But today, this all changes, as somehow, after living on this property for long enough, he still had no idea this small barn-like place was hidden within the trees inside his property. So, he decided to take Andrew with him to investigate it, as he has been hearing some screaming growls that seem too strange to be true coming from that area. Upon investigating, they managed to capture these sounds, but not only that, they got a clear image of who was behind them. It was creepy. Or was it?
This is Andrew. I haven't actually introduced him yet, but there it is. Hear that? That's the noise. Eric refused to come back out, after our last experience. So we've been following this noise back here. You can hear it. Okay, we just need to be quiet. We need a light. Do you see that up there? What is that? Hey, hey, do you have a light? Shine it up there.
What?
Look, 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 look. Look.
My camera's not picking it up.
No.
I definitely...
It comes right here. Look. What's that red?
What is this?
Is that a house? That's a freaking house.
It looks like...
There is no house on my property. I've never seen... There's no way that this is real. Here. Go forward.
What the heck?
There's no way that this is real. This thing... Hey, this thing has run at me before. This thing has come at me before. So I'm just warning you right now. Stay cautious. If you see this thing, just turn around and run, alright? If it comes at you, just do whatever you can to get it off you. You can use the knife. Just... Is that the door? Wait a minute.
This is definitely the door.
Just wait. We have to make sure there's nothing in here. Just stay quiet. There's freaking graffiti on the walls. Nobody ever comes out on my property. Have people been coming out on my property?
It's like a barn.
What the heck is this? Are you freaking kidding me? People have been coming out of my property? How come I've never seen this house before?
Look at this.
How could I've never seen this before?
Kenny, get over here. This seems to be some sort of like kitchen. Well, at least what used to be a kitchen. Oh my gosh.
Turn off the lights. Turn off your light. Just be quiet. Okay. We're gonna get up. And we're gonna walk out. We're gonna get up and we're gonna walk out. Okay. Let's walk out. Let's get it. Just go. He's gonna bring a light. Shh. Be quiet. If he can't hear us, it's not gonna find us. Which way do we come in? Where's the door? It's through here. Shh. Be quiet. What's that? Just be quiet. Shh. Let's go. You hear that? I think it's on the roof. The heck is that? Oh, shoot! Just get out of the house! Just get back to the house. What's that? Jesus Christ, Jesus.
After this experience, not only will Andrew be a skeptic, but so will I. But why though? That thing was absolutely terrifying, and it was clear as day that it wasn't CGI. Ever heard of a mask? Yeah, those things exist.
There it is.
If you work in a hotel of some sort, a historic one, a fancy one, or a special one, it doesn't matter what kind of hotel you work in. It's always important to remember that these places can be haunted. What a wacky introduction, I know, but hear me out on this next part. Let's say, for example, that you happen to be working in the reception area of some hotel. I don't care if you don't like that position, you're forced to sit behind the counter desk in my story. So, let's say you're working there and some guest decides to come up to you and tell you to change his room, or he just straight up decides to cancel his nights and change the hotel entirely. You will be left wondering, is it because I haven't showered in 3 weeks that my scent is taking over the place? It's not a good look for the hotel's reputation that guests are leaving out of the blue, but then you realize it only happens when they stay in a specific room. This is a replica of the story of Tracy in the next video. Tracy, a hotel employee in Peoria, Illinois, notices that multiple guests refuse to stay in room 205 without explaining why, so she later decided it was time for her to pack up her stuff, if there are any, and go up to that room to see what is so wrong with it that people are unable to stay a night there. On her way to the room, she explained the story. When she reached the room, she felt an unexplained drift in the temperature. It was cold even though these air conditioners are off. It threw her off a bit, but she couldn't make up her mind yet until she decided to turn off the lights and sit in complete darkness when she heard a voice calling for her. She freaked out and left immediately, intimidated by what she just witnessed. Later, she decided to investigate further and got herself some ghost detecting equipment. The app she used spotted a figure, but nothing much happened in part 2.
Okay, I'm going to see what I can find in here. Again, it's cold in here. And yes, someone pointed out that it's wintertime, but we have heat in the rooms. Okay, so tonight I'm going to use my ghost apps. So hold on just a moment while I get set up. Okay, just got in here. Got my ghost app on. I just heard Championship and Jennifer. So the person in here's name is Jennifer. So there's a male. I'm sorry, what? God, it's cold in here. There is a weird feeling in here. We'll pick up if there's anybody standing anywhere in here. At the desk. Hello? Oh. On the couch. That ticking is the refrigerator, if you guys were wondering. How many are in here? 2. And the light just got brighter. Okay, did anybody else see that? Or was it me? Anybody behind the curtain? Overwhelmed. Okay, yeah. Why are you overwhelmed? Yeah, I just heard that. Behind the curtain. And I can't kick the curtain open because I've got a camera and my phone in one hand and the tablet in the other. So I'm going to use my foot. And I'm clumsy, so... Okay, nothing, thank God. It's like really cold in here though. Like really cold. And the air's not even on. I mean, I don't see anything. So maybe we can sit. Yeah, the air and stuff's not on. Maybe sit in the dark. See if we can hear something. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I'm gonna probably lose all my views for my people watching, but okay, let's do this. Oh God! All right, no, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Okay, I guess I just got my answer. Oh my God! Going back to the front. Oh my gosh.
They should change the name of this room from 205 to 0, so when guests decide to book a room, they get introduced to room 0, which will drive their curiosity to sit there just for the sake of investigation. What a clumsy idea I just suggested right there. Sometimes I feel like I say things just for the sake of saying things, like, for example, when I tell you to subscribe and watch the next video on screen.